Some ships leave and are never seen again, and some return, but without anyone on board. December 1st, 1925, the American freighter SS Cotopaxi, a 77-meter steam-powered cargo ship, departed from Charleston, South Carolina, bound for Havana, Cuba. It carried 2,340 tons of coal and a crew of 32 men, under the command of Captain W.J. Meyer. The weather was rough, but not dangerous. It was a routine voyage, one that hundreds of ships made every month. At 11:25 a.m., the Cotopaxi sent its final radio message. Rough seas, but under control, should arrive in 2 days. After that, nothing. No distress signal, no SOS, no trace. The U.S. Coast Guard launched a large-scale search that lasted 10 days. They found nothing, no debris, no oil slick, no lifeboats. The Cotopaxi was officially declared lost in the Bermuda Triangle. For decades, the Cotopaxi's fate remained a maritime mystery. But in the archives of the Smithsonian Institution, a small file told a different story. It contained a series of faint radio transmissions detected between December 3rd and 5th, 1925. Weak, repetitive, always in the same pattern. 3 short, 2 long. Decoded into Morse code, the message read, SOS, drifting. After that, silence. For half a century, the Cotopaxi was just another ghost story, until a strange report surfaced in 1980. A Colombian freighter crossing the Atlantic radioed that it had sighted an abandoned vessel drifting slowly through calm waters. It appeared ancient, covered in rust, seaweed, and coral. When they came closer, the crew could just make out the name on the hull, Cotopaxi. Before they could board, a sudden storm forced them to turn away. When the skies cleared, the ship was gone. The sighting was logged and forgotten. But in the maritime world, the name Cotopaxi began to circulate once more. In January 2020, the Cuban authorities made an announcement that stunned the world. Local fishermen near Villa Clara province reported a derelict iron ship run aground in shallow waters. There were no signs of life, no crew, no lights, no name visible at first glance. When the Cuban Coast Guard boarded the vessel, they found its superstructure intact, but consumed by rust, and on the port side, beneath layers of corrosion, letters began to emerge. C-O-T-O-P-A-X-I. It was, without question, the SS Cotopaxi, missing since 1925. The ship's hull was astonishingly well preserved for having spent nearly a century at sea. Ballast tanks were dry, hatches sealed. And inside the captain's cabin, investigators found something extraordinary, a leather-bound logbook, miraculously intact, though coated in salt crystals. The final entries were dated December 1st and 2nd, 1925. Captain Meyer had written, "The sea feels different, the compasses spin. The sun rises where it shouldn't. It seems we're moving in circles." The last line was written in haste. "The water glows at night. Something is rising from beneath." After that, the entries stop. Scientists from Cuba and the United States examined the wreck. Chemical tests on the hull revealed an anomaly. The oxidation wasn't continuous. In other words, the metal hadn't corroded naturally over time, as if the ship had been preserved in an environment with little or no oxygen. Some proposed the vessel had sunk into a deep enclosed cavity, a kind of undersea void, and resurfaced decades later due to changing currents. Others dismissed that as impossible, given the depth of the Atlantic Trench near Bermuda. No official explanation was ever released. During the initial inspection, technicians recorded low-frequency sounds emanating from within the hull, a deep, metallic rhythm, lasting 47 seconds. When analyzed, the pattern matched an earlier record from 1945. 5 short pulses, 1 long. The same pattern associated with the mysterious radio noise heard during the Flight 19 incident. When slowed down, the sound revealed a frequency of 5.17 Hz, identical to the signal detected in those earlier Navy transmissions. Coincidence? Or something repeating itself across time? In 2021, Cuba released an international report in collaboration with marine scientists. Its language was careful, almost cautious. But one paragraph stood out. The condition of the vessel does not correspond to 95 years of exposure. There is a lack of sediment, interrupted oxidation, and unexplained residual energy detected in the hull. It is not possible to determine how long the Cotopaxi was truly absent. The Cotopaxi was towed to Havana for preservation. During the journey, the tugboat crew reported a strange malfunction. Their navigation systems failed for 11 minutes. Then, through inactive radio equipment, a voice was heard, faint, distorted, but intelligible. "We never left the sea." News outlets around the world exploded with theories. Some claimed the ship had been lost in a current and preserved by luck. Others called it a hoax. But the facts were solid. The registry number, boiler design, and construction matched the original 1918 ship built in Jacksonville, Florida. And then there was the logbook, the ink chemically verified as authentic to the 1920s. The handwriting matched Captain Meyer's signature. Yet the question remained, how could a paper logbook survive 95 years in salt air and moisture? No scientific explanation has ever satisfied every detail. Today, the SS Cotopaxi rests in a restricted Cuban naval facility, closed to the public. The government calls it a scientific maritime preservation project. But local fishermen say that on quiet nights when the wind is still, they can hear metallic echoes from the ship. 5 beats, 1 pause, 5 beats. Some even claim to see faint lights glowing on its deck, as if the ship were alive again, waiting for orders that never came. The disappearance and reappearance of the SS Cotopaxi remains one of the most bizarre and well-documented cases associated with the Bermuda Triangle. For some, it's proof of natural phenomena still not understood. For others, it is a sign that time and the ocean are not separate, but connected in ways we can yet measure. One witness to the 2020 discovery, a retired sailor, said it best. "The sea doesn't return what it swallows. It only brings back what's not finished."